friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to start with Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. This is written by Tarun Vijay. Please do remember the name of the writer, okay? हिंदुओं के भूतल स्वर्ग कहलाने वाला कैलाश. So if you want to see any heaven, a Hindu heaven present on earth, then it is Kailash. Okay, so if I tell you something basic about Kailash, Kailash is usually believed to be the abode of Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati. Okay, so and all his fellows like Nandi, everybody, all of them reside there with Lord Shiva. So since Shiva is the Devo ke Dev, it is like the heaven for us, for Hindus. It is like a heaven on earth. Real heaven is there, but this is like a heaven on earth. और मानसरोवर नामक दो महातीर्थ हिमालयातगर कैलाश पर्वतमाला के मध्यंकरी नाम से प्रसिद्ध पश्चिम तिब्बत में है. So where is this? This is in Paschim Tibet in the Himalayan. Please do remember where it is. Okay, and what is there? First is the Kailash. So Kailash is the abode of Shiva. It is a mountain usually. You know, it's like a mountain. It is in the dome-shaped mountain, and you can, if you are free, then you may type it on Google and you may read about it. You may see people visiting Mansarovar. So this Mansarovar is also a holy place. It's like a lake, Mansarovar. It is said that Shivji and his wife Parvati come here to bathe. You can't see the god obviously, but you can actually feel the presence of them. Like these people who have gone there, they claim. But okay, let's get started. So this is a तीर्थ स्थान, means a pilgrimage place. तीर्थपुरी जहाँ पुराणों में वर्णित भस्मासुर भस्म हुआ. So there was this asur named Bhasmasur. Okay, Bhasmasur means ash wala asur. So this Bhasmasur was Bhasma there. I will not go into the story. I know the story and it is interesting. If you want, you can search it, but it's not there in your syllabus. रावण रथ, जहाँ लंकाधीश रावण ने शिव की तपस्या की थी. Okay, if you all know the basic of Ramayana, you will know that there is a villain in the story of Ramayana called Ravan. So this Ravan was a bhakta of Lord Shiva, a devotee of Lord Shiva, and he had done tapasya. Tapasya is like a ghor meditation, a very difficult thing to do, and he had done this for years, and Shivji was happy with him, and he had met Shivji in this place. Okay, so Shivji is a very versatile god. You will see that Lord Shiva has different followers. He has human followers, he has asur followers, he has snake followers, and he is the one of the most versatile god because he is Bholenath, he is humble, he is ever accepting, he accepts everybody. So that's why even Aghori, even Aghoris and all, they are a devotee of Lord Shiva. तथा मांधाता पर्वत, जहाँ चक्रवर्ती मांधाता ने तपस्या की थी. सो अगेन दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वन मोर पर्सन, चक्रवर्ती मांधाता. कैलाश और मानसरोवर के निकट है. कैलाश और मानसरोवर के निकट है. सो इवन दिस पर्वत इज देयर. इन्हीं के आसपास शत्रुत, सिंगु, ब्रह्मपुत्र और कर्णानी नदियों के उद्गम स्थान है. So every river has to begin from somewhere. So here there are names of 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 नदियाँ which are starting from here. कैलाश और मानसरोवर विश्व की सबसे सुंदर और सबसे दुर्गम तीर्थ यात्रा है. So the writer described that this is one of the most beautiful and one of the most mesmerizing pilgrimage which I have ever seen. पृथ्वी लोक पर यही एक ऐसा स्थान है जहाँ देवादिदेव महादेव शिव का निवास स्थान है. So I told you in the beginning that this is the abode of our beloved Lord Shiva, और जिसे हम अपनी आँखों से देख सकते हैं. So this is something which we can see with our eyes because Kailash Parvat is present there on earth. Mahadev is a god who is happy in simple things, and he resides with us on earth. So when the earth is rotating, he is there with us. When there is rain, when there is snow, every time he is there with us on earth. He does not want to leave his devotees and go to a very luxurious place or something. He is a simple god who will stay with us. And when you talk about other gods, there are other lokas, like there is heaven in the other loka, there is hell somewhere, there is a Vaikunta, but you can't see them. They are not present on earth. They have their own celestial abodes. But when we talk specifically about Lord Shiva, he resides with us on earth, and we can see this abode with our naked eyes. जहाँ के क्षेत्र को स्पर्श कर सकते हैं, we can touch him, and there is this special feeling of touch. You can actually feel the presence of Lord Shiva if you are his devotee and if you are emotionally attached to him. कैलाश की परिक्रमा 2 दिनों में पूरी हो जाती है. परिक्रमा मीन्स प्रदक्षिणा कारम ऐसे बोलते हैं ना. सो इसमें क्या होता है, मे बी देयर इज अ डाइटी, लाइक इन टेम्पल्स यूजुअली इट इज देयर इज अ डाइटी. से सपोज हियर what you will do in the temple, you will start taking rounds of it. You will come here, you will touch your head again you will take a round, you will touch your head. Usually we do this 5 times in the temple, but here they are saying that कैलाश की परिक्रमा 2 दिनों में पूरी हो जाती है. In 2 days you can actually circle the entire mountain. मानसरोवर की परिधि 90 किमी है. So they are again telling you about the परिधि also. It is 90 किलोमीटर. यह परिक्रमा भी 2 दिनों में पूरी हो जाती है. अगेन यू कैन फिनिश दिस इन 2 days. दिल्ली से लगभग 865 किमी दूर है ये क्षेत्र. सो दिस इज सो मैनी किलोमीटर्स फार फ्रॉम दिल्ली. दिल्ली से यात्रा मार्ग में धारहुला तक बस जाती है. सो फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू धारहुला देयर इज अ बस. आगे बैलगाड़ियों या कचेरों पर रास्ता तय करना होता है. Okay, so if you have seen in some movies, first what they will show that the people are going by bus, then they will either go by bullocks or they will carry the old people, they will go with the help of donkeys or something. So usually we see that the halfway is by bus, but maybe when you are near the mountains and all, you don't use those methods of transport. You either walk or you use the traditional methods of transport. कौसानी में पहला शिविर था. सो शिविर इज लाइक अ टेंट. ओके, सो इट इज देयर इन कौसानी. कौसानी आते ही प्रकृति के सुमुखुर कवि सुमित्रानंद पंत की याद हो गई. सो नाउ ही इज रिमेम्बरिंग अ पोएट. यही उनका घर है जो सुनते हैं अब एक संग्रहालय बन गया है. सो नाउ हिज होम हैज बिकम अ म्यूजियम. कौसानी की सुंदरता अद्भुत है. इट इज़ रियली ब्यूटीफुल. हर क्षण बदलता गगन, शांत सौम्य घाटी, चीड़ देवदार के घने जंगल के बीच नववधू की तरह, मिस लाइक अ न्यू वेड गर्ल. झकती कोई झोपड़ी और उनकी चिमनी से उठते धुएं की पतली रेखा, चारों ओर हिमघवल शैल शिखर पर पिघलती संध्या के अलसाए रंग, गुलाबी, बैगनी, सलेटी. ओके. पहाड़ में बेटा 1 minute, आई थिंक दिस कैन कम एज अ क्वेश्चन. लेट मी जस्ट चेक. यस. कैलाश की प्रकृति सौंदर्य का वर्णन कीजिए. दिस आई हैव टोल्ड यू. वी हैव जस्ट रेड इट. यू हैव टू डिस्क्राइब इट्स ब्यूटी एंड दिस वी हैव ऑलरेडी रेड. एंड हियर कम्स द सेकेंड क्वेश्चन. पहाड़ में भूस्खलन कौन सा होता है? सो व्हाट इज भूस्खलन? भूस्खलन मिट्टी का खिसकना. भूस्खलन is like a landslide. Remember this. This is very important. Okay. This भूस्खलन is like a landslide. Whatever we have read till now, from there your teacher will give you an answer about कैलाश का वर्णन कीजिए. Then you will describe where it is, how it is beautiful and this and that. And here we will talk about this landslide. Okay. Let's get started. पहाड़ में भूस्खलन का अर्थ क्या होता है, यह देखे बिना समझना कठिन है. यू माइट हैव हर्ड ऑफ दिस लैंडस्लाइड, बट यू विल एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड देम व्हेन यू विटनेस देम. पहाड़ का एक हिस्सा घिस जाता है, उस हिस्से की चट्टानें. सो पहाड़ मीन्स वन पार्ट ऑफ द माउंटेन इज जस्ट कमिंग डाउन. चट्टानें, पेड़, मिट्टी सब एक बड़े शोर के साथ नीचे लुढ़क पाती है. सो देयर आर अदर स्मॉल स्टोन्स, देयर आर ट्रीज, देयर इज मड, एवरीथिंग इज कमिंग डाउन and it is making such a huge noise. चट्टानों के चट्टानों से और पत्थरों से टकराने का शोर और फिर लपक. so that they are making noise while falling, and finally when they are falling down also there is a lot of sound. नीचे बहती नदी तक इन लुढ़कते पत्थरों चट्टानों को कौन रोके? So nobody can stop them. They are so huge and they are very noisy until they fall into the river water. सीधे नदी में ही रुककर चैन मिलता है. Directly they are stopped by the river. नदी की धारा इन नवगुंगुक पत्थरों चट्टानों को बड़े वात्सल्य से धो पीकर धुलाकर अपने परिवार में बिठा लेती है. So what will the नदी do? She accepts them, she cleans them and she takes them with her. यह नियति का भी क्रम है. So this is a part of nature. शिखर पर पहुंचा व्यक्ति जब स्खलित हो गिरता है तो उसके गिरने से कोई सीमा नहीं होती. हाँ, तो काली गाड़ी में भूस्खलन से रास्ता रुक गया था. इस पार के इधर, उस पार के उधर. So sometimes these landslides are there, no, they cause a lot of trouble. Sometimes you are going with your vehicle and they come in the between only and your road gets blocked. वैसे भी इन रास्तों पर रुक रुक कर बढ़ने में ही आनंद है. So he is saying actually it's a very nice pilgrimage and holy place. So I am actually enjoying waiting and then going. थोड़ी थोड़ी दूर पर इनने यानी दूधिया बौछारे. So there are these small drizzles. 1000 में 2000 फीट ऊंचे शिखर के पास कहीं से फूटी जलधारा नीचे बहती तो मार्ग में पत्थरे चट्टाने पर उछल चमक थिरक बिखर अनंत जलकणों में ऐसी फैली कि एक एक कण साफ स्पष्ट अलग अलग दिखने और वे जलकण हवा से अटकेलियाँ करते हुए चेहरे पर पड़े तो चैतन्य का ऐसा स्पर्श हुआ जैसे मानो उस समय हुआ होगा जब रामकृष्ण परमहंस ने युवा नरेंद्र के माथे पर उंगली धरकर कहा था. Okay, so now he's basically describing that how the water is flowing. It is going from the rocks, it is dancing here, it is dancing there. Sometimes there is wind and it is diverted. It comes on your face, there is a splash. So usually if you have been to this a place in Goa like in the Harvalaya temple, you will see that when you're going to the waterfall, no, and when you're actually crossing that small way, suddenly there is wind and all that water starts falling on you. It's like a shower, like there is something so pleasing in that, even though you're getting wet, but because it comes directly from the nature, there is a freshening effect, a soothing effect. So here that only he is describing. So since we have not seen this actual nadi, you can maybe compare it to the Harvala spring which you have seen. So then he is saying that I got so much happiness like रामकृष्ण परमहंस ने युवा नरेंद्र के माथे पर उंगली धर ली थी. So usually this tapasvi and this yogi, whenever they keep their hand on your forehead, like between your eyebrows, there is a certain sense of, like feeling cool down. You must have usually seen in the temple that they will take the tilak or something or the bhasma and they will directly put it on your forehead in between your eyebrows. ले रे नरेन, तू भी परम चैतन्य का रहस्य पा, जो कुछ मेरे पास था तुझे दिया. So usually they transfer their spiritual energy. Sometimes a guru does it to their sister. So that only they are describing. पहली बार लगा शब्दादित होना क्या होता है. बचपन में लिखी एक कविता फिर से जंग खाए स्मृति पृष्ठपोट खोल बाहर उमड़ पड़ी. So he has written a small kavita long before and now he is telling us. चलो मन दूर चले पर्वत की छाव में, बूंदों के गांव में, हरियाली छप्पर के आंगन अपिराम में. दूर चले, चलो मन दूर चले. So here he is saying that I just want to escape from sometimes पर्वत की छाव में, maybe in a hill station, बूंदों के गांव में, so maybe where there are these small drizzles. हरियाली छप्पल means there is all greenery. Like basically he is describing a hill station. All of us know that whenever we go in a hill station, there is an altogether a beautiful experience which we have. Okay, this was all for part 1. Please do post your comments. Only when you post comments, I get to know whether you're liking it, whether I need to do some improvements or something. And please do subscribe my channel because my subscribers are not increasing and I had stopped posting videos. But somebody commented that they want this video, so I will try to complete this lesson and I'll try to upload the second part after this. But this is a short lesson, so it might take 2, 3 or 4 parts maximum. Okay, best of luck for your exams. And please do see the other videos also which I have posted. I have also posted 12th standard content in case you are in the 11th standard. I have posted grammar topics. I have also posted 11th standard stuff. I have posted poems also. Okay, thanks for subscribing. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Please subscribe.